welcome back. It's Lisa from Critters'n Designs in Ontario, Canada. And today I'd like to welcome anybody who's new. If you enjoy the video, please subscribe and hit like. And if you're coming back, thanks for coming back. I appreciate it. And don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. And yeah, so I've been quilting for I'm a long arm quilter as well, and I've been doing some quilting for the Quilts of Valor. So in Canada, what Quilts of Valor is it's a bunch of ladies who make a quilt and donate quilts to veterans, whether they're, young or old or as long as they are a veteran and they get registered for a quilt, then these quilts get handmade by ladies, and then the Quilts of Valor team pass them on. They have a little ceremony and they pass on the quilts to these veterans. So I had a little bit of time, so I've offered my services to do these quilts, and it's a nice feeling. Like my son's best friend is a veteran. He was in Afghanistan for 3 tours and is home now. He's been home for, a few years now, but they come back, they're not the same guy. It's very, very hard on them. And if making them a quilt is the least we can do to, um, I don't know, just, I guess, support them, um, then yeah, you know what? Let's give them quilts because who doesn't love a quilt? Anyway, so that's what I've been up to for the last couple days. And but I thought I better get my paper pumpkin done because I haven't even opened it. And the new paper pumpkin's going to be here in about, oh, I don't know, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Well, 2.5 weeks probably. So I thought I better dig it out. And I haven't been able to do a video. I am really struggling with technology. I had my husband in here this morning trying to help me, and he used to be a real nerd, but he's not as nerdy as he used to be. And so the two of us are standing here looking at this configuration thinking, why is this not working? But anyway, I seem to have managed to get it going. So here we go. Anyway, I'm going to pop down to my desk because I do have a couple things I just want to show you before we go on with the paper pumpkin. So today's the 28th of May, and in Canada, you can, well, in anywhere, but in Canada, I'll give you Canadian prices. So if you join my team between now and the 31st, which is what, Friday, um, what an amazing starter deal. Like just this little package here is worth 112.75 Canadian. And on top of this, you order $165 worth of product and get um, anything you want. If you need a new die cutting machine or if you need ink, whatever you want. It's whatever works for you, whatever you need. Um, so you choose $165 of product, and they will charge you only $135 and throw in this amazing, amazing package. So that's only until the 31st. And so that's a total, I did the math, that's a total of $277 worth of Stampin' Up! Product for 135 bucks. Like, can you go wrong? No, you cannot. So anyway, if that's kind of been in the back of your mind, I would love to have you. I'll put a link to join my team, the Critters Den, um, down below in the comments of the video. And yeah, we'd love to have you on our team. There's a lot of perks to being a demonstrator. You can, like for instance, this past weekend I was in Ottawa at a demonstrator only event with our DDM for Canada, who like that is DDM is Demonstrator Development Manager, who lives just outside of Toronto, and we all went to Ottawa and had this amazing event for a day, and we had some like group training, we had some like sales training. We had a beautiful potluck lunch, and then we did crafting in the afternoon. It was just awesome. There were a few presentations from different demonstrators in Ontario, and so that's one of the perks. You get to go to all these things. In March, I went to Houston to the Stampin' Up! Um, It's called On Stage. It's like a big convention where you see all the like what's coming, what's new. You get it. We got brand new catalogs like a month and a bit before everybody else. And that's one of the other perks is that we get to see what's coming a month ahead and can pre-order a month ahead before people even know what's out there. So a lot of different perks. And you don't have to do what I do. You can just be a happy little discount shopper. Like just right off the get-go to start shopping, you save 20% right off the bat on anything that you purchase. And then if there's a sale, a special sale, you get your 20% plus whatever the sale is. So we had a little heads up this morning about something coming up in June. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And if you'd like to subscribe to my newsletter, I'd really appreciate that as well. So yeah, so the kit is an amazing, amazing deal. In Ontario, if you do purchase the starter kit, there's no tax and there's no shipping on your starter kit. Plus, you get a box of current catalogs and a lot of other stuff, which if you don't need, I'll gladly take off your hands because I do need them. But yeah, if you have any questions about it or you just want to chit chat, absolutely zero pressure. But I'd be more than happy to talk to you about it. If you see something in my demonstration this morning oh, it's actually afternoon, isn't it? Yeah. If you see something that you like that I'm presenting and you think you'd like to purchase it, I'd really appreciate you using my host code for May. That would be awesome. So let's get this out of the way. I'm going to crack open my paper pumpkin. I haven't even looked at it. I don't even know what it's about. I've been so, so, so busy. Here's the stamp set. Oh, happy Father's Day. This says, with love and admiration to the most amazing person. And this one says, you're the best there is. And then it's got two little trees, and I don't know what that is. Grass, maybe? I don't know. Our Stampin' Spot this month is Misty Moonlight. These kits are great because everything you need to do this particular kit comes in your kit. Now with Paper Pumpkin, only your first kit comes with a block, and that block looks like, what if I grab the Paper Pumpkin one? I didn't. I grabbed a Stampin' Up one, but it looks like this, and it has Paper Pumpkin etched on the side. So your very first Paper Pumpkin will come with one of these. This is a D-size block, so you'll just continue to use this with all of your Paper Pumpkins. And then if you purchase the boxed kits, of which there are 2 new ones every month, you do get an extra block. You do get a block with every single kit because they're all 100% standalone, which is kind of nice. You can collect quite a little number of these guys, all different colors, as well as if you buy the kits, you get quite a little collection of the acrylic blocks to put your stamps on. Oh, look at that. So this paper is very similar to the Country Woods paper that just came out in the new catalog. So we'll have to see about doing some alternatives with that collection. And the country, is it called Country Birdhouse? There's a collection called Country Birdhouse as well that is coordinating with this. Look at this. Oh my gosh. That is beautiful. I wouldn't even waste this on an envelope. I would cut this up and use it for card prints. Okay, so there's our envelopes. How many do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, so 9 envelopes. We have this. This looks like carved wood. You can't really tell in the picture, but it does. It looks like carved wood. It's amazing. So there's 3 of those and 3 of this card base. And we have a couple of sheets of labels. Yeah, looks like 2 sheets of that. And 1, 2. 3 of this card base. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then 3 of this wood front panel, I guess. And there's 3 of these little punch out doodads. Pretty neat. And then this paper is very similar to, if not exactly the same, I don't know, I'm going to grab my paper and just show it to you. It's really, really gorgeous. And then this paper is the other 3 card bases. Now, I wouldn't waste the front and back on one card base. I'd cut this baby up and use it for a panel on the front of a card kit and just use like a basic beige or maybe a crumb cake or something. And then what else do we have here? So 3 sheets of these. They almost look like acorns, but I mean, or radishes. They look like radishes, 2-sided radishes. So there's 3 sheets of those as well. And then our directions. Oops. And then this is for storage to put your stamps in. So this shows you what your stamps are. So then you can find a little pocket and put your stamps in here so that you can reference them. And our directions. But let me grab I'm just going to pop that over there. Let me grab the paper from so here's the Country Woods paper. It's really, really pretty. So you can see this one. Let me see if I can grab a piece of it. Is very, very similar. It's not exactly the same as this card base. The color's slightly different. Well, it's not even really. Well, it is a little bit. This seems a little bit more purplier, but there is purple in here. It's just a slightly different shade. But they were printing card bases as opposed to just sheets. And then here's that other one that looks like the other card base. Or that, sorry, the envelope. This looks like the envelopes. These are the envelopes. Slightly different shade, but same idea, right? And then the other one is, where's that dark one here? And then this is very similar to this card base. Again, slightly different shade, but so no lack of possibilities with this paper to do. Oh, and here's that other one that is like that panel. Very similar to this panel. Isn't that neat? Oh, the possibilities are endless. So if you do have this paper and you'd like this sheet template, let me know. I can email you one so that you can set up I do all my designer paper like this so that I can see what I'm working with. Get this put away. There we go. Just throw that on the floor for now. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Card number 1 requires us to have a blue card base, one of these. I'll pop this stuff over here out of the way. So a blue card base, and then one of these panels, and a blue radish. I probably shouldn't call it a radish. Okay. There we go. Try not to tear it. There. Okay, so let's get this stuff out of the way here. I think that's all I need. Okay, so let's make a nice, neat little pile because I forever lose things when I'm working. There, put this stuff over here. And so I need a block with "You're the Best." Sun came out for a measly half an hour today. It's been pouring rain for the last few days, which doesn't make me particularly happy. And the other one is that little weird little, I don't know what that is. This little one. I'm just going to grab a little block. Now, ideally, you want your block to not be super big compared to your stamp because, you know, if you rock it into the ink or even when you're stamping it and your block's too big, there's a really good chance you're going to end up with like a shadow or some like messy ink on your card. All right, so let's find the directions for number one. So I'm going to use, it's Misty Moonlight is our little block. I'm going to use my big block, my big ink here. Misty Moonlight. So let's see. I'm going to clean my blocks before I use them. Just because there's typically, I think, some manufacturer's kind of residue on there. That's my theory. Anyway, I always find that they stamp a way better if you uh, clean them first. And I'm just gonna test stamp it a couple times and kind of um, prime prime the stamp, I guess is a good word. Okay, that one's pretty good. Let's try this guy. Now, if you don't have a glass mat to work on, find something spongy, like one of those spongy placemats or something, or if you have one of these Stampin' Pierce mat, because if you do it just on a regular table, the tables are, you know, they may have a bit of a warp in them. And I know from experience when I used to teach classes at when I had my fabric store, the tables were just those conference tables that you get at like Staples or whatever. And boy, you couldn't get a good stamp on that sucker to save your life. It was brutal. There, that's better. The more I stamp it, the clearer it is. There, very good. Okay. So, I do have my glass mat though, so I don't need my Stampin' Pierce mat. But I'm going to keep it handy because you know what? You never know. All right, so this wants me to stamp on my little label. Now this is a cute little label. It is stitched. I don't know if you can see this stitching. I used to be able to touch my phone and it, oh yeah, you can see it sort of. It would sort of refocus the phone, but I don't know. The way that the streaming software now is nowadays, it's just a real pain in the rear end. It doesn't seem to cooperate whatsoever. I've had to change from my old and Goldie phone that I was using as a camera to my new phone, and that works really well. But for some reason, when I use my older phone, I have lagging and oh, that looks good. All kinds of shenanigans. It just isn't working right. All right, so what am I doing with the other little? Oh, I see. Oh no, that's card number. Oh no, that's right. Okay. All right, so let's put this baby together. So we're putting, I'm gonna get this out of the way before I stick my finger in it. Okay, so we're putting this panel onto dimensionals, and it comes with a huge package of dimensionals, so that's nice. See, I got ink all over me. I tell you. Oh, you can take the girl out of the ink yard, but okay. So I'm going to pop some dimensionals on here. So I always put some in the middle because I hate a saggy card. Drives me bananas. All right, so this is going to go like this. I'm just going to center that right in there. Cute. And then this, they say to use the, well, I guess I could use the glue dots. Why not? Let me grab my take your pick tool here. And I'm just going to put a couple of glue dots like right just in the middle of this because I want this to be free flowing. Free flowing. Isn't there a song sort of like that? Free flowing. I've been spending a lot of time with my grandkids over the last couple of months. My daughter's traveling a lot, and I'll tell you, the stuff that they come out with, they're 3 and 4, and they're hilarious. Especially the little guy now. He just turned 3, and he was giving his sister a hard time. We were sitting in a big chair playing a game, and he wanted to join in. So the chair is big enough for the 3 of us. And he kept shoving Isla, who's the 4-year old, and he kept shoving her. You're in my way. You're in my way. And then he'd say to me, Grandma, Isla's pushing me, even though he was the one doing the pushing. So finally I said to him, well, Aiden, if you can't sit with us nicely, you'll have to find somewhere else to sit until we're finished. So he looks me right in the eye and he scrunches up his little furrowed brows and he goes, are you kidding me? And this is just like, what? Oh, guy. Oh, God, he kills me. Oh, this says I'm supposed to stamp this on here, but I don't. Okay. So I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to put this on my silicone mat because it's got glue on it. So I guess I'm supposed to stamp these onto my little leaves. I'm going to put a piece of paper under there though. Like, I guess it's not going to matter. I have it on my silicone mat. I can just wash that. So it just says to put this on here. It's kind of weird. Oh, I guess just to give it some dimension, I suppose. Yeah, looks good. There. So you can see, I'm going to grab one that doesn't have the ink on it. There, so there's the plain one. And there's the inky one. A lot more dimension. Whoops. No, it doesn't say, oh, it's going to be covered anyway. So I was going to say, it doesn't say to put anything in the middle, but that's going to be covered up. So let's pop this back on. There, that was kind of like that. I just don't want it to go over the edge of my card because then it'll get scrunched when you put it in the envelope. Okay, now this is going to go on dimensionals right here. So about there. There. Super cute. I guess I could have folded this first. Shows you how disorganized I am today. grab a bone folder. There we are. So there's the card, and then on the envelope, let's see, we're going to grab the trees. Do you guys remember the tree stamp set called Lovely as a Tree? That was the very first stamp set I ever bought from Stampin' Up. And they keep coming out with different variations of similar trees, but I'll never ever get rid of my Lovely as a Tree. I just love it. Where's my chamois? Just gonna give it a quick wash. There. Now I saw somebody was taking a nail file, even though it was fine, a fine uh, nail file. Do not ever take a nail file to your stamps. That will be the quickest way that you will ruin these stamps. And come on, they're not inexpensive. Yeah, so just, give them a quick wipe on a sponge or a chamois or something like that. You do not want to take anything abrasive to, oh, that looks nice, to your stamps. That is a one-way ticket to disaster. Now you'll notice when I tap into my ink, I'm very, very gentle. If I was to squish it right in, all of the detail would be filled in with ink and all I'd have is a big globby mess. So you just tap, tap, tap very, very lightly. And I'm gonna pop my two trees right here. And there's my envelope. Isn't that cute? There's a new tree stamp out this year in the catalog too. It's called Lovely, I think it's Loveliest Tree. Really, really nice. Grab my catalog. And the big tree almost looks like the one from uh, Lovely as a Tree. Let's see if I can find it. Loveliest Tree, page 71. It's really, really sweet. Yeah. Isn't that a beautiful tree? And here are some samples that they've done with it. And then you've got the leaf if you wanted the bundle. Um, Now, I'm gonna let out a little sneak peek. Not sure if I'm supposed to or if I'm even allowed to, but on June the 5th, for the month of June, starting on June the 5th, there is going to be a stamp and die bundle sale. So I don't know if I was supposed to say anything, but just a heads up, that was in my notes this morning. So that's our first card. And I think that I would probably throw some of the, like, a neutral type of bling on there, like a manly blingy bling bling. So I'll have to look and see what I have in my stash for manly type bling. But so that's our first card. I really love it. I didn't think I would be so enamored with this, but I absolutely love it. I'm always looking for ideas for men's cards, right? Like I have a couple of son-in-laws, I have my son and my husband, and I'm always struggling with men's cards or masculine cards, I guess. Okay, card number 2. So actually, I'm going to use this one as a Father's Day gift for my 2 sons-in-law. So I need a plain background, and guess what? I'm going to fold it this time. So I need a plain card base. And one of these woody panels. Here's my envelope. So I need one of these, come on, and one of those circle things, and one of these blue strips. And trying to figure out what that is. Anyway, one of these. How big is this? Oh, I guess it's the smaller of the banners. So we'll grab the banner. I'm trying to figure out what they've done on here. I don't know if you can see that. Like you have your, it's almost as if they've used like a blending tool to put some color around the edge of the Misty Moonlight thing. So this is going to go this way. This is going to go this way. And then let's grab our ink. I'm going to grab a dauber. Let me grab a dauber. There. Oops. So you can find the daubers are in our tool section in the catalog. Now my dauber is covered in cat hair. So I'm just going to ink up my dauber. And I'm just going to go around the edge. Now, I guess if you had your little ink block, you could just take the edge of the ink block and scrape it. I just don't want to open mine because I give them away sometimes. So I'd rather not open it if I didn't have to. There. So that looks nice. Or if you had blending brushes, you could definitely use your blending brushes as well. Managed to get ink all over me, of course. Okay, and let me clean my stamps, and then I'm going to grab my Happy Father's Day stamp. I'm going to keep my trees out because we're going to put trees on the envelope again, but let me clean off this one. And this guy. So the chamois doesn't come like this. It just comes like in a bag, and it doesn't look like this. Obviously, it's much prettier. But you can these come in packages of 4, and I use them for all sorts of things. I put my card layers in there, and I have another one that has my ephemera packs in there. So they're really handy if you're looking for little storage ideas. So what did I do? Oh, okay. So here are my stamps. I'm going to grab the Happy Father's Day one. And I'm going to, like these can twist. The photopolymer can twist. So what I do is I let it fall and let it relax, and then I pick it up with my block. Now I was putting them on my glass mat, but because the photopolymer is very sticky, it just sticks right on the glass mat, and then it's a real stinker to try and get it off. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stamp my Happy Father's Day. Let me grab my scrap so that I can get my little dauber out of the way so I don't get ink on everything. Happy Father's Day. So you can see the more I stamp it, the clearer it gets, right? Perfect. Oops, very good. All right, so let's get you over here, and let's get you over here. Ooh, yuck. All right. I just stuck my, good Lord, just stuck my thumb right back. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Ugh, okay, there. gonna stamp. That's not looking real good. Let me stamp that. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Okay, so let's ink it up. That's better. And I'm just gonna line that up. I hope it's straight. Looks pretty straight. That's a little, yeah, not bad. Okay, pop that over there. And I think other than, oh, you know what? While we're stamping, why don't we get all the stamping out of the way? So let's put our trees onto our envelope like we did for the last one. Beautiful. Okay. Get that out of the way. So let's put this thing together. All right, so they're just using glue dots on the back of this. So let's go ahead and put our glue dots on the back of here. And I think I only need maybe 4 or 5 because uh, it's going to be flush to the ground. It doesn't have to like have support around the sides because it's not on a dimensional. So, ugh, look at the ink everywhere. Good Lord. Okay. All right, so let's pop these off. I just have visions of leaving blue fingerprints all over everything. There, let's pop these off. There. So we'll just center that. I'm just going to straighten this out. It didn't fold perfectly. That's better. Okay. So this is gonna, not quite. That's better. Okay. And then this is gonna go on to dimensionals. Like so. And then this banner is gonna go with 2 dimensionals on the one side in the middle. And a glue dot on the end. I almost said glue stick, glue dot on the end. And then this just has some glue dots along the bottom. So we'll just put a couple. Oh, I better make sure I've got them on the right side, yeah. Yep, like this, on the bottom. Alrighty then. Okay, so this is gonna go first. This is so cute. All right, so this goes about here, I guess. And then, so this is gonna go first. So you can see we have the glue dot here because it's gonna sit on that panel like this. So we'll have the raised up portion on the outside, and then this is just gonna sit on the raised up portion of the circle. So that's gonna go like that. And then we'll just pop the backing off of our glue dots here. Maybe. There. There we go. And then this is going to sit like this. So cute. Have I missed anything? No. There. So that's our second card. And here's our first card. Love it. Super, super cute. Okay, so those are the first 2 cards. And for the third card, look at my mess. For the third card, let's see. We need one of these, um, a turquoise acorn, and a gold one. Oh no, what did I call these? Radishes. They look like a double-sided radish. There's that, and a gold one. Is that it? And then we need one of these. Okay. All right, so let's fold our card base. And then we will change out our stamps. So in this one, it wants us to use the "With love and admiration to the most amazing person." So let's clean our other one. I will take this one. Oops. Okay. I always put my stamps kind of on a diagonal like this, just because then I'm not competing with the sides of the block to try and get it straight. Um, it's not the right way or the wrong way. It's just the way that I have to do it because of the way my brain works. If I was to have it straight on the sides of the block, like sitting up straight this way, with the sides of the block, I wouldn't be able to get it straight no matter what. I learned that like a long time ago. So I do it this way. It works for me. So, do whatever works for you. All right, so I cleaned my stamp and we're gonna stamp it. So let me grab my scrap here. Beautiful. Now you can see I have ink on my thumb again and on my block. You want to be really careful that if you have ink on your block, you want to clean it, because let me show you what will happen if you don't. So there I have some ink on my block, which is very easy to do. So if I'm stamping and I rock my block, this is what you're going to get. And you won't be happy, especially if, you have all your card bases ready to go and you're stamping away and it's like, oh, dang, look at what I just did. So dry that off. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do, like if you notice, I'm noticing here that I have little globs from time to time. I'm going to take, now ideally, I shouldn't be using my bone folder. I should be using like a disposable spoon, but we don't have any for some reason. I can't believe that we don't have any plastic spoons in our house, but we don't. So I'm just taking my bone folder and I'm just redistributing the ink a little bit so that it's more even as opposed to blobby in some areas and not others. And then I just use my baby wipe and give it a good clean. You can see it's well loved. My poor old bone folder. I tried cleaning it with various things and I think it's beyond redemption, but that's okay. It still does the trick and I clean it really well. It doesn't transfer ink or anything like that, so we're good to go. So let's see if that's going to stamp better. Where's my... Yeah, so that's a much better stamp, this one here, as opposed to the blobby bits every so often. So, just something to keep in mind. If you find that you're not getting a really good stamp, then this thing is right in my face. Then just smush your ink around a little bit, and you will find that you have a better result. And again, I'm just barely tapping into my ink here. I don't want a big slobby mess. All right, so I'm going to line that up. Perfect. Okay, love it. All right, so while I've got the ink out, I might as well do my envelope because I have my trees right here. And I'm just going to give my trees a little, I can see I have a little bit of buildup of ink in there. I'm just going to give them a little wash. Get some of the ink out of there. There. Okay. And I'm just going to pop right on the envelope there. Perfect. All right. I can close my ink to avoid anything. So there's our envelope. So I've got my radishes here, or whatever they are. And I'm going to pop some glue dots on there. There we go. All right, so let's see. The blue one goes down first, like that. I have it centered more or less. And then the gold one will go right on top of it. Super cute. And then this is going to go on dimensionals, I guess. Yeah. And then we'll pop that right on top of the radishes. I guess they're a flourish. They're not really a radish, but to me they look like radishes. Double-ended radishes. Okay, so this can go right on here, centered. There. And that's card number 3 with its envelope. Super cute. So let's see if they have any alternatives. Nope, they don't have alternatives again. So what I'm going to do is play a little bit. So I'll come back with another video, maybe tomorrow, and see what I can come up with in terms of doing some alternatives. Now, keep in mind that April, May, and June, this add-on die set, you've seen me use them a few times. The part number, let me grab them. So here they are. So these are the dies. I wonder if this is the same size. Just out of curiosity. Oh yeah, look. Super cute. Okay. And the thanks, which I've used numerous times in different things. And so the part number on this is 164397. And in Canada, they're 1650, and they're good for the 3 months, April, May, and June, add-on Paper Pumpkin. Now, the only way to get these is to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, but yeah, they're there. So let's grab our 3 cards. Super cute. So there's our first, that was our third one, that one there. And this is our second one. And this is our first one. And the envelopes. Absolutely love the envelopes. Super amazingly cute. Very good. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. It was really nice to be able to actually craft. Yeah, I'm looking forward to now. I'm going to start playing with things and come up with some alternatives, and we'll get back to you with those. Thanks so much. Have a super afternoon, and we'll see you soon. Bye.